No, I changed it into this. Yeah, I had to be comfortable. I had a little extra time, and and I said I'm going to change. Hey,
Hey, baby.
Shaba.
Hey, baby.
Good to see you, my girl. Welcome back to the podcast.
Good to see you, buddy.
Welcome back to the podcast to everybody who watches our clips. Welcome back. We're the two talking fools. We're just two average, and I mean average girls taking their phone calls to the podcast.
You're welcome.
Oh my God. What a whirl fucking wind of a week.
Girl.
Does anybody else feel that energy? Like,
girl,
are the planets aligning? We had that fucking crazy ass moon. Excuse me for my language, but I'm just like,
we
coming.
had snow flurries one day. Like,
yeah. I thought it was this morning or yesterday
maybe that's
morning.
what it was.
Yes.
And then the weather's been absolutely beautiful. I mean, today was
our windows
super windy.
Are cracked. We can hear the birds chirping.
Yeah.
The sun is still
Spring
out.
is here.
Spring is here.
Spring is upon us.
Spring is upon us here.
In New England.
And if you're from New England, you realize that it was a really shitty winter.
Ew.
Very cold.
Yeah.
Not really that much snow.
Ice.
Yeah. Ice.
Yeah. And freezing temperatures.
And freezing temps.
It was weird. Like, people's heating systems were going because it just was like too much.
It was just too much.
Businesses, people's home. Yeah. It was crazy.
It was hard to keep the heat up even at 69-ish. It was like hard. Here we are.
But we're here.
We're here in spring.
Spring is upon us.
We're here. It's Friday night. So I don't know when this comes out. I don't know. It could come out tonight. I did say we were going to put a new episode out tonight. So this could be it, but
yeah, for sure.
But it's been a long week. Glad it's over.
The same.
Right?
Same.
Glad it's over.
Glad to have gotten through it. I think that when you have like a steady of a week, you appreciate the weekends even more.
For sure.
And like you kind of can rejuvenate. Hopefully you can rejuvenate, right? And then you like go into Monday and it's, you just keep it going.
Right.
Yeah.
Facts.
You just keep it going.
Facts. Yeah. Just crazy.
Yeah.
Did the energy of people feel weird?
It was off this week. It was super off this week, dude. It was off. Oh, not only was it off, so my colleagues today were asking me if I went to sleep early. Because remember you had called?
Yeah.
Yeah. So normally my bedtime's like 8:30, 9 o'clock tops. Like I am that person. 8:30, 9 o'clock. Bye. I'm out. And I get up religiously at like 5 o'clock in the morning, right?
You are an early riser.
I'm an early riser. I'm an early morning type of gal. Like I'm here for the mornings. But at like 8:15 yesterday, I had said, I can't wait to go home and lay down.
8:15 a.m.
You
said at work to colleague C that 8:15 a.m. I can't wait to go to bed.
I can't wait. Yeah, I can't wait to go home and just lay down. And she looked at me and said, sweetheart, it's 8:15 in the morning. And I said, I know.
She's like, you just got up.
I know. And it wasn't even work. It was just, I literally like was struggling yesterday. And I try to, like.
You're burning it at both ends.
Yeah, man. I'm burning it at both ends. I like try to limit the amount of coffee.
Both of your ends aren't burning. That's not to, so what's happening now is not as bad as if imagine your mouth and asshole. And
I mean, okay. It's valid.
Right.
Valid. But so you had called around like 6:30 yesterday.
I got out of work and I called you.
And you're like, what's up, buddy? Like, hey, where are you?
Yeah.
And I was just starting to close my eyes because I had to do jumping jacks yesterday. I did some squats in the office. I had to move around because when I started like feeling like I was going like this, I'm like, I can't get a coffee. I need to get up, drink some water. 6:30, bro. What did I say? I'm like, I'm laying in bed right now. And you were like, what? Tell me why.
I said to her, I'm like, you are on a slippery slope because if you go to bed now, I could see her getting up at 1 a.m., midnight, not being able to sleep.
Well, it was crazy because I went to sleep at like probably around 7, like right after we hung up. After I got up at 9 and I'm like, oh my goodness, my poor kids. Like, what did they do for dinner? And my youngest was up still working on homework. And I'm like, what happened? And so they had made
that's good that the youngest was working on homework.
I know, because we struggle with that. And it's still a pain point, trust me. But I'm like, oh my goodness. And so everything was fine. And I brushed my teeth, took a shower. I went back to bed, bro, and I slept until 5. I don't remember the last time I've slept that long. I really don't, even when I was sick.
Really?
Yeah, because it was super choppy. Yep. That is the longest that I have straight through slept. I was that tired.
You were that tired.
Yeah.
Your body absolutely 100% required it.
Yeah. And I went in this morning ready to go.
Rest, baby,
Yeah,
rest.
that's all it was. I just needed a, yeah, man.
And you probably got into that rhythm. You probably got into the, what do they call that? In the area where,
REM sleep.
right, whatever, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like you got that deep sleep that really like,
I
even
was
they
out.
say your brain cleanses when you're in those deep
I
areas.
I couldn't tell you, honest to God, I couldn't tell you the last time
Good
I've
for
ever
you.
slept like that. Like it's probably been a couple years.
Good for you. Good for you.
I was
Did you sleep with the lights on?
no.
No.
Mm-mm. I have to have some kind of noise, so I'm like that person. I do sleep with my TV on. I need some kind of noise, and I usually will have the TV on.
I was just thinking about our area here, our studio, if you will. And I was thinking about how
The look on your face.
do you need to take that?
No. My daughter was showing me what her boyfriend's family had cooked from scratch from dinner. Remember on the
Update shit's still
yeah,
really difficult.
the last episode, remember we were talking
Yeah,
about
it
that?
was
And they're like amazing. Yeah.
yeah.
It's like orange chicken, like Chinese food from scratch, bro. Hold on. I'm going to show you this. That's from scratch.
Yeah.
That looks fire.
Do you think they could bring some plates
That's
like over to the studio?
I know, for real.
Over to Jody Boulevard?
We should send a message like, hey, hook us up on Jody Boulevard.
Hey.
Yeah.
But I was thinking about like our studio. Now we don't live here. We just work here. We just do our podcast.
Correct.
Here.
Yeah.
And I was like, God, this is kind of cool. Is this kind of what it would be like if, because I never shared an apartment with a friend or anything like that. Would this be what it would be like? You know? And so ever since we've been here, I thought maybe like you would like catch on to like, I don't know. Well, okay. Let me backtrack. All right. We started the conversation off with the thing was beeping.
Yeah.
Thank God we took care of that. Thank God we took care of that. You took care of that. I held the bottom of it, but you took care of it. And you're deathly afraid of
heights, 1,000%.
She went up there and shut that mofo.
It was
right
either
down.
afraid of heights or listening to the beeping.
Right.
And I chose heights.
You like I could tell
I can't do the noise. I couldn't do it.
Does it drive you crazy?
That beeping, like a fire detector beeping like that, I can't do it. I can't do it.
Speaking of that, you know what drives me nuts? Overhead lights.
I do like this a lot better though. And I never turn on that one. I don't know why.
Never turns it on, but always turns on that overhead.
I do.
So then the question becomes, when you were growing up, if you were in a room, did you have a table lamp or did you have a light overhead?
I don't know. It was a long time ago. As a teenager, the rooms always had the lights overhead, of course.
Right.
Living room, I think living room was usually overhead. And I feel like maybe my grandmother's had both.
When you watch a movie in the living room or you're watching TV, is your overhead light on?
No.
No. Mm-mm. Never.
No.
Because some people watch TV with their overhead light on.
No, I can't do that. Usually, like, sometimes the stand may be on if, like, one of my littles are, one of the girls are doing something. But if not, then all the lights are off.
All the lights are off, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
What about you?
Well, it's funny because that's one of my things when we're driving. If I'm going on a drive and say it's like dusk or it's dark out, I always watch the houses as I go by. And I love the houses that they like have perfect illumination.
Oh yeah, when it's
dusk, quiet, it's dusk, so nice. And the house looks cozy.
Right.
And I'll tell you, not 10 times out of 10, you'll look at a house and say, "Oh, that's cozy," and it's because they have lamps by the windows versus overhead.
For sure.
If you go buy a house or an apartment, it doesn't matter
It's
what
not
it
a
is.
vibe. Yeah.
It's not a vibe to have that on.
It's
It
not. It's
hurts your
just, yeah.
eyes. It's very sterile. It's like being in a hospital room, but you get yourself some like side lamps and then you turn those on with that not being the focal point. I don't know.
It's very
Maybe,
relaxing.
dude, all I know is that, and maybe this is just like one of my finicky things as I get older. It's like I go by and look at houses and I love the houses that have lamps
No, but
versus
that is
overhead lights.
I recognize it more in the wintertime.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I can see
recognize it
that.
more in the wintertime where I'm like, oh, that is so pretty. Oh, that house looks so pretty. Oh, that looks so pretty. Yeah.
Right. Like if I'm relaxing at night, which
Especially with the candles in the windows. Well, the fake candles in the windows.
yeah,
Yeah.
not the real ones.
I had to make sure I emphasize them.
Please tell me that you didn't go buy white candles one day and put them in the window, real ones.
No, bro. I have bought the fake ones and put them in the window. I just didn't have the energy this year.
Yeah, I've tried it so many times. I've tried the plug-in ones. I've tried the battery ones, but I just can't get into the habit of
Of
turning them
every
on.
single one. Yeah, that's
No.
why I was like, I couldn't this year. It was like an elf on the shelf. I used to love doing that when the girls were little at first, like the first couple of years were so much fun. And then as they got older, I like got really into it. And then I was like, dude, I'm so over this. And then
I'm
they
done with
got,
this shit.
yeah, then they got to the ages where I was like, thank you. The elves are going back to the North Pole. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank God. We've had to buy like 3 different elves because we forget where we put them the year before. I can't tell you how many. And then she just found one, I think not too long ago.
I was
Like,
going to ask
it's a
you.
mess. It's an absolute mess. We were, you know, in the heat of the moment, you just put it away for the time being, thinking you'll put it in a place that you actually remember. And you never do,
Right.
I probably have it in a suitcase somewhere for all I know.
Right.
Oh my God.
So funny.
All the memories.
The memories, man.
Dude, it goes by so fast. I was just thinking about that the other day.
Think about that all the time lately
Yeah, me too.
with the oldest.
Ew, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Shit's gonna be blue around here on Jody Boulevard pretty soon.
Dude, for real.
Oh God.
I think after this year, we're gonna have to lean on each other, buddy. Because after this school year, you know what's gonna happen.
Lean on me when you're not strong.
And
I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. For it won't be long.
Ooh. Okay, tens, honey, tens.
Tens.
We be jamming. We
Oh,
be jamming.
yeah. I have an update on the bra situation for those of you listening.
What happened?
Well, did I take your advice?
What happened, buddy?
I did. I took your advice.
What advice was that?
Frickin' went to Kohl's. Okay, first of all, went to Kohl's. They didn't have many robes for selections. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah?
No. So I ended up going with one that was a lot puffier, what was that? Okay, we're fine. Did you hear that?
Like a squeaking?
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
Oh my God. Yeah. Last time we had the window open, we
Yeah.
almost had Freddy Krueger, the fucking squirrel, come in.
Yeah.
But you saved the day. Shaba got up fast and she didn't even think twice. That right there, that's a woman that's in control of her life. She is the president and CEO of Nanya Business, her business.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
Handle the business.
You handled it, because I was over here like, oh no, what are we going to do? She's like, no, not today, Satan, and slammed that window. Surprised she didn't break the window with how hard she slammed it. But thank God, because there is a little hole in our studio.
And that's what I was thinking about,
Yeah.
honestly. I was like, yeah.
Like fast, like your instincts just kicked in, just like boom.
Yeah.
Look at the things that you can do when you need to in the moment. First of all, you saved us from Satan the squirrel. And then you got up on that ladder, even though you're deathly afraid. Like, what else are you going to do?
Bro, for sure.
Like,
sure.
what else?
For sure. For sure.
I mean, hello.
Independent, throw you.
Independent. Do you
Know
know
what
what
I
I mean,
mean?
baby? Independent. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I went to Kohl's and they have a huge bra selection.
Okay.
The prices are expensive.
I
And
haven't been there
I
in a minute, though.
feel like
I haven't been
Kohl's
there in a
is
minute.
not extending that grace they were to us before.
Really?
Oh shit.
I used to get coupons all the time. I would have to like look up the coupon codes and stuff like that.
Dude, that bag, son of a bitch. I might have had $60 motherfucking Kohl's cash that I threw out.
Dude, stop
I
it.
really hope I didn't. I'll be like sick to my stomach.
No, seriously, honest to God.
I gotta
Oh
look. Will you talk to
no.
everybody for a second? Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me just look.
So the other part of that is you have to make sure before you go in, you look up coupons. I haven't been there in forever because I don't remember the last time I bought clothes or anything like that. Or, oh, I don't think so. I know. Actually, bras and underwear, I do remember the last time I bought some, but we won't talk about that. Yeah, you got to look up like the coupons and stuff. It's because you're looking for it now. You know what, though? However, do you have the app? Do you have the Kohl's app? Download the Kohl's app because I remember back in the day you used to be able to look it up that way. But again, I haven't shopped there in like a minute. Just download the app and see if you can look it up that way.
How absolutely upsetting. I almost don't want to download the app.
Yeah, but if
Because
you
then I'm
think
going to
you
be
have
more
60,
upset.
yeah, but if you
I
think you
do
have
have
$60,
$60 worth of Kohl's cash because I had to buy some things. But anyways,
yeah, so download the app and just double check, bro.
let me get off this before I get very angry with myself because now I'm going to be thinking about this. I bet you could be at home though. I bet you could be at home. All right. So I found a bra.
Okay.
I was thrilled with it, Shops, because I don't really want to do the wire. I don't want to get into if I'm a 38 BCD running back for the Miami Dolphins type shit. I just want to either buy small, medium. Actually, small and medium have never been in my vocabulary ever. I think even since I came out of mama's uterus, I was like, nah, a small or medium ever. So L, XL, double XL. So I found a bra, black, no fucking, and it's like good for t-shirts. It was
Ooh.
silky. It was
Ooh.
silky. It was like black silk, but looked like plain Jane, but like elegant. Like would look, it's going under my shirt.
Okay.
As long as it holds the girls up. As long as the girls are happy, then I'm essentially happy. So I got what I thought was my size. Dude, it was way too fucking big. So first I'm just disheartened. Like the whole thing, like it's like jeans. It's starting to become like jeans, Shaba.
No, you
Why
got to
are
try it on there, bro. You know why? Because it's too much to just buy it and go home and then have to return it. That's too
shame on me,
much.
bro?
Yeah, that's too
I
much,
just
bro.
like I think this is honestly why I'm going to start seriously considering buying from Amazon, doing that like try on thing,
Yep.
Prime shopping,
Love it.
and then send it back so I can try it on in the comfort of my home.
Yep. Love it.
I don't want to be in Kohl's where it's 82 degrees and I've heard freaking Anne Murray's song for the 5th time and I don't need it. I want to be home where it's cool.
Okay, that's valid. Definitely try Amazon though, because I've done that. It's great.
So the bra is too big, right? So I washed it and I'm surprised it shouldn't be too big. That means that their sizing's way off because I know what I am, baby, and it ain't no small or medium. So needless to say, I was like, screw it. I'm still going to try to wear it because yes, it's big, but it's still a bra. Oh my God. So yesterday it was cold as sin at work. Well, all it takes to figure out which I didn't realize that one had the disc in it and one didn't have the disc. The disc fell out.
And the
Well,
headlights
guess
were
what?
on.
It was cold in the showroom all day.
And the headlights were
And
on.
one of the girls so I had one headlight out and one headlight beaming. I had one headlight at high beams all day. Things screaming for a break.
Oh my God.
And then the other one's like, ooh, I'm up nestled up into mummy. Dude, a mess. Wore it today again. I'll be honest with you. Like, I remembered, forgot, and then I'm like, fuck, are you just going to go to work? And I'm like, yes. So yet again, Lefty was like, high beams all day, girl, for real, because it was cold, but not as bad. So bra, even if I had that pad in, bra's still way too freaking big. So I don't think I can return it. I'm just like so disheartened. I'm just like so disheartened. although, although, oh, a shirt that I got for Enzo, strings are already coming out. I'm like, what the fuck is
Yeah,
going
it's
on?
not the same anymore. It's not the same. You know what? I think it's 2 strikes. You're out at this point. Don't even try for 3.
I did get this new coffee. My percolator died.
Oh, it did?
Perk died.
We were just talking about that. My Keurig dies and then your percolator dies?
Perk died. My sister got it for me as a housewarming gift, which was incredible. And it lasted for like ever. Literally the best coffee. You want the best coffee, get a Perk coffee. Or to your point, like a Mr. Coffee, don't get all these fancy things that require. No. Just go back to basics. So I did what I went back to basics. I got like a modern day Mr. Coffee. Wasn't expensive or anything. And the best part, Shaba, is inside it has a reusable filter.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, how much was it?
$40.
Dude, that's awesome because you
The
know
cheaper
why?
the better.
I don't know where my Mr. Coffee was. You know how I told you I had one?
Yeah.
I went to look for it the
Did
other
you go
day.
upstairs?
No, I
The
didn't.
attic?
Yeah, but I don't think it's there. Oh, I don't even want to go into the attic.
I know you don't. We've been talking about the attic since
Yeah.
the day I met Shaba.
It's the
Rekindled with Shaba.
Yeah, reconnected.
She's told me about
my attic.
Yeah.
It's the one part of my place that like I haven't tackled getting rid of stuff and organizing. It's the only part. It is literally the only part of my place is the attic. There's just so much stuff up there. It's like a project. It's like a week-long project. And I would need like a dumpster right outside of the window and just throw things like into the dumpster outside of the window. It's just too much. There's way too much. Oh my God, just the thought of it. I'm like, my church was supposed to have a tag sale and I was here for it because I was like, oh, I can get rid of a bunch of stuff. And then they ended up canceling it, which worked out because I really didn't go through this stuff that week anyways.
Oh, I'm not doing a tag sale.
I want to.
Oh,
I
no.
need to get rid of this stuff. Like, I need to get rid of this stuff.
First of all, if I could just, like, from somebody who had a tag sale and failed, do you know that I actually made negative money on my tag sale? When I used to live in my old house, old town, I decided to have a tag sale. I needed to get rid of some stuff. And then, thank God, my good friend Deb, God rest her soul, she's not with us. I still can't even believe it. When she died, I'll just say this. You're like, do you want to go on and talk about it? And the answer is no. I cannot even believe she's not here.
I know.
And I'll tell you, as you get older, it gets weirder that you start to lose people, especially from like the older generations that like I love and admire so much. So I can't even believe she's still not here. I just cannot process it. Needless to say, her and I decided, she goes, oh, I'll do the tag sale with you. I said, okay. So we'll do it at my house. And I lived on a cul-de-sac. We'll do it at my house. So we prepped, brought stuff up into the garage to bring it out to the thing.
Yeah.
Needless to say, we were exhausted, Shaba. Exhausted. She brought over all this stuff. I ended up she sold all her stuff because she had the nicer pieces and the real furniture. People came before 9 a.m., before the freaking tag sale even started. And I was kind of upset because this one woman bought all of Deb's goddamn pieces of furniture, which really made the tag sale really look good. She came and took everything, this woman, everything before 9 a.m. even started. Well, then, I had to buy pizza because I had some people over, like, my nieces came over. There was some kids over. I had to buy pizzas. Well, by the time I bought all the pizzas and I bought some drinks and stuff.
I didn't even think of that. Yeah, that's true.
Dude, and I still ended up with the 65 mugs that I tried to give away for free with every purchase.
Really?
All the while. People, the tchotchkes, the this, the that. I still came home with stuff.
I still want to do it. You know why? Because I live on a main road.
Right. Well, if you bring it to the church, it's going to be miserable. If you do trips to the church for a tag sale,
right.
But if you just go outside your house,
that's what I'm thinking,
and you just put everything out, you'll love it. It'll be great because you could see.
Because I put stuff on the side before and it was gone within like an hour, and I was like, "This is freaking great."
100%. You should. Yeah. I mean, Facebook Marketplace is great too. I mean, the fines.
No, I won't do that again. You know why?
Because got a story for everything.
I do. Facebook Marketplace, and then I also used OfferUp to get rid of a couch, and they were all scams. It was all scams. I'm like, what? Wait, what? You want to do what? You want like what? No. All scams, bro. Like people were talking about wiring money and then it was like I'm like, I'm done. I'm done. So yeah, I won't even do that. I'm like, what? I will just have a tag sale. Boom. Bye. Or put it on my
Shaba
personal
is
page.
not good with technology, but more about that later.
Oh my God, I'm not. I just need it to do like the basic function. I'm not into like this modern day stuff.
You know what? And it's not your fault, Shaba.
It's not.
You were thriving in the 90s. You
You
were
know what it was?
thriving
No, it
in the
wasn't even the 90s
90s.
because I was still a wee one in the 90s. I think that personally I was born in the wrong generation. I do. I think I was born in the wrong generation.
1998, I was a freshman in high school.
So if you were a freshman in high school in 1998, then that would have made me in 7th grade. I would have been in 7th grade.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, middle school's not like young.
I know, but I still feel like I was born in the wrong.
Where do you think you should be belong?
Okay, so let's
Be
see.
very careful.
Yeah.
Were you what?
I feel like I was born in 1985 I was born. So I feel like I should have
Wait,
been
what?
I was born in 1985.
You were born in 1985, but you're 2 grades lower than me?
Yeah. I did preschool 2 years. And I'm a Burr baby.
A what?
A Burr baby.
What does that mean?
September, October, November, December. So they're always either the youngest in the class or the oldest in the class. Yeah. Burr babies. Ness is the youngest. She's one of the younger ones. But I did 2 years of pre-K. But anywho's, I feel like I don't know. I feel like I should have been born maybe not the 1980s, but like maybe like the 1970s. Maybe even the 60s, like when my mom was born. I do. I don't think that I should have been born in the 1980s. I'm like I'm old school. I'm old school, bro.
Are you saying you shouldn't be born in the 1980s because of how it is currently?
Yeah.
Like you wish you could avoid more of this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just like, you know what I mean? When it comes to technology, I'm like simple with technology. I like the basic function of my cell phone. I like
She
that
would
I
have
can
been
read
great
my.
when Einstein and freaking.
I'm glad that I could read my emails on my cell phone. I'm glad that I have a cell phone. I'm glad that I can text. Like that's what I need it for. Beautiful. Okay, other apps.
She'd
Like
rather
fine.
talk on the phone. That's the type of girl she is. We know.
Oh my God. It's not even that. I don't mind texting, but like to have a whole entire conversation through text messaging or messages, back and forth messages, I ain't about that life. Like after like the first like 10 minutes, I'm like, let's just pick up a phone. Like let's just pick up a phone and like call. But nobody wants to do that anymore.
No, they don't.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. Like that's just another example of why I was born in the wrong decade.
Right.
I was born in the wrong decade.
Right. Because if you were like older now, at least you could go to like an elderly facility or like an adult daycare or something, or like,
dude, if I was born in the 70s, I would be if I was born in the 70s, I would be in my 40s. If I was born in the 40s, 50s, I'd be in my 40s or 50s depending on when in the 70s I was born. I'd be 40s or 50s. And then if I was born in the 60s, I would be anywhere from 50 something to 60 something years old.
So you should have been born in the 50s.
Listen, I'm just saying I think that
you
the 80s were the wrong
loved
decade.
The 40s.
I have to think what happened in the 40s. I'd have to look back at it.
My mom was born in the 40s.
Okay, probably. I love her. She's so cute. She's such a mom. She's like the epitome of such a good mom.
I don't know. Yeah, it might be. I don't know if I'd want to be born. That was some hard living. I don't know.
I'm just saying, 1980s wasn't it? Like for me now, I'm an old soul, bro. I'm an old soul. I can't with the technology and the stuff. I'm old school. Pick the phone, call somebody. I don't want to have a whole entire message over texting. You know what I mean? My bedtime is 8:30, 9 o'clock. I'm up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. Dude, I'm old as dirt mentally. Oh my God. What is wrong with me?
I don't know. But we are.
Am I like aging at like a rapid
rate? Yes. I've been told that I'm aging at a rapid pace.
Oh my God,
I don't know what to do to get younger. I know one thing. We're dancing in public like fools. That should keep us younger.
I know. People are loving it though.
And then
I feel like the grays have stopped though. I felt like the grays were coming in hot, and I feel, bro, don't do it.
Well,
don't do it.
Talking about it, so should I look or not?
No, I'm saying like I feel like it's slowed down. Like, I feel like it was on warp speed coming in, so I stopped dyeing it.
No, I'm laughing because all you do is play with your hair and it's all fucking was sticking up in the back for a second.
Is it down? I do play with my hair. It's a comfort thing. But like,
you don't really see them.
Bro, you lay like a rug.
No,
I see them
you
all
really...
the time when I go to wash my
No,
hands. Every
right
time I
now.
use the bathroom, I'm like, my God, there's
Do
so
you
many of
notice them?
them. I notice them like you don't even know.
I have so many, so I can't,
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like, I don't like. I see women with gray hair, and I think it's beautiful. I just want my gray hair to be beautiful.
Same.
And then if it is going to go gray, like, make a decision. Is it going to be like gray and some browns, or how long is this going to take? Like,
Right.
what is going on? Why does my body feel like it's disconnecting from my soul?
I know, bro. It's true. It's
like,
facts.
why does this changing of body like feel?
Yeah.
It is so. I'm just in the beginning. Like, I'm in the pearly.
I hear you, man. I hear you.
But I'll be there for you when you go through it.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that.
You cannot avoid it. When you asked in the last podcast if you could avoid menopause, the answer is no.
I'm telling you, I'm willing into the universe.
Okay.
I don't want the symptoms of perimenopause. Like, I'm not about that life. I know it has to happen, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. This was a great episode. Like, it just felt like good, like catching up.
It was a good one.
Yeah.
It was a really good one.
I want to tell them about the mikvah. I think that's a funny ass episode.
The mikvah. Dude, I want to go. I feel like it should be...
Should we tell you guys about the mikvah?
I feel like it should be like, I don't know. I feel like it should be more inviting.
Maybe on the next one.
Maybe in the next one, we'll say.
All right. Okay. On to the next one, Shops. What do you say, that chap?
Peace. Love ya.
Peace.